everyone! I'm here again with another tag video, yes, Disney related, called the DCP tag. And I thought I'd do this because even though I technically wasn't on the Disney college program, I was over there still on a program that is run through Disney internships and programs called the Disney Cultural Exchange Program. For obvious reasons, because I'm Australian. So my program was cultural exchange, but nonetheless, we still live with college program kids. It's all the same bubble. So I thought I could do the DCP tag too, even though that wasn't what it was called. But anyway, so I thought I'd do that today for you so you can get an idea of how I started working with the Disney company. So let's just start. Question number 1. What year did you do the DCP? Now I did my DCP over 2 years, so I actually started in August of 2014 and it went through till June 2015. So I was supposed to be there for 6 months, but I ended up extending, so that's when I did the DCP. Question number 2. Were you in Florida or California? Now, like I said before, I was on the cultural exchange program, so that's only offered in Florida. So I was at Walt Disney World in Florida. Question number 3, what was your role and location? I was lucky enough to have 2 different roles, and my first role that I was actually accepted for when I got accepted into the program was attractions. So I was at Epcot and I worked at Journey into Imagination with Figment, Captain EO when it was still there, if anyone knows what that is, and Epcot Character Spot, and I also worked Illumination. So I had a nice little very diverse group of attractions, which was awesome. And then when I extended into merchandise and stayed in Epcot, but worked at a store called Mouse Gear. I would highly recommend, if anyone does extend, to extend into a different role, just to push your boundaries. You will get really comfortable in your first role and you won't want to leave because that is your family that you've made, and if you want to stay, that's fine, but I would recommend changing roles because working for the company in attractions was very different to working with the company in merchandise. So it was really interesting to see 2 different sides of the company. Question number 4, what do you miss about the DCP? The people. Obviously I miss Disney because I can't even visit the parks since I'm so far away. But the people are everything. They're your family, and the people is what makes the experience worthwhile. Disney knows what they're doing. They will put you somewhere where you will love. You just have to have the right attitude and make lifelong friends, and that's honestly what will be the difference between a really good experience with the company and a not so good experience with the company. 5. How many times did you visit the park? A lot. I was there on my days off, I was there before work, I was there after work, but I cannot tell you how many times I went to a park because I don't know. It was a lot of times. A lot of times. Question number 6. What is your favourite ride? Really hard question. I probably have a favourite in every park, but if I had to have an overall favourite ride, probably Expedition Everest. I love roller coasters, and there's so many close seconds to that one, and it's so hard to choose, but Expedition Everest. Question number 7. Where is your favourite place to eat? I am going to give you 2 answers for this one. I'm going to give you a quick service place and a full service place. And I think that's pretty fair because there's a lot of places to eat. My favourite quick service place was Yak and Yeti quick service at Animal Kingdom. So yum, so yum. Go eat there, it's amazing. And full service was Be Our Guest. Not just because of the theming and how amazing Be Our Guest is, but it was the best food I'd eaten on Disney property, hands down. Question number 8. What is your best memory during the DCP? I was there for 11 months, so I was making memories for myself and with my friends and my Disney family is what we call it, every single day. But the thing that will resonate with you, I feel everyone who does the DCP, is the firsts of everything. So when you first move into your apartment, when you first start training, when you first go to Disney University, when you first wear your costume, when you first get to walk through cast services as a cast member, like all those privileges that you get as a cast member. You get to see everything happen backstage. You get to learn so much about the company, and I feel like my first couple weeks starting there are probably my most memorable because it just seemed so surreal to me where I was and what I was doing. So I think everything that I did for the first time was scary, but the most memorable and the most fun. Question number 9, who is your favourite character? Again, I have lots of categories, like my favourite princess, my favourite prince, my favourite original character, my favourite movie character. Like, I've got lots of favourites, but characters meeting as such, at the end of the program, it was Mickey. I feel, and this is going to sound super corny and super weird, but some of you might agree with me, that just every time I met him, there's just something so special about Mickey himself. That's when I was like my happiest. Yeah, there's something about that mouse. People know what I'm talking about. And very last question, question number 10. Would you work for Disney again? 100% would want to work for Disney again. Obviously there's a reason I extended. I didn't want to leave. So when I did have to leave, I was so heartbroken, but so happy obviously to come home to my family and back to my country. But if I had a chance to work for the company again, I would take it in a heartbeat. So yeah, I loved my DCP and I would recommend it to absolutely anyone because the experience is ridiculous. You don't have to be a Disney fan to do it. You just have to have like a huge imagination and an adventurous spirit, and it changes you in awesome ways. It makes you see the world completely differently because you've been opened up, like culturally, like you know, see and experience so many things at such a young age too. I was only 18 when I moved and worked for the company, and it really opens your eyes to so much. So that is my DCP tag. I finally did. Who knows how long after I came back. But I will be putting up more Disney related videos, I'm sure. But until then, have a magical day.